Hello, everybody, and welcome to the third episode of the chat room. Here with me today is Nyasha and Mac. How are you guys doing?
We're fine, and
I'm
you?
not
I'm good, thanks. And yeah, I'm excited for this one, guys. Today we're talking about a very interesting topic, and yeah, I can't wait to get into it. The topic is: should the title "whore" still be used? Slash, what defines a whore? So I'm just gonna check it at Mac at the moment. What do you think? Should the title "whore" still be used?
Yo, man, you hit me straight up there with the first one, eh?
Yeah.
Um, Honestly, no. Honestly, like people have their different beliefs, and should it still be used, and should it not be used? You know what I mean? So it just comes with different beliefs, and like my belief, I honestly say that it shouldn't be used because it's just one-sided. It only like reflects on females only, and like it's just like giving the females a bad title that they do something that we as males do the same thing, and then but they only get the title. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like I feel like it's just like dividing it, bruh. You know what I mean? So it shouldn't be used. Should
All
not be
right.
used at all.
Okay, cool. And Yasha, what do you think?
I actually do agree. Like, I feel like it's not a proper term because, okay, in some way, I feel like it sort of like degrades females and it sort of puts the power in like a man because now we're defining the score according to a man because we don't really call guys like whores and stuff. We call whores like females, and there's nothing. Okay, personally, I feel like there's nothing wrong with having a high sex drive, which will lead you to having like multiple sexual partners. But for females, somehow we've come up with a term to make it seem wrong. But for guys, there's no term that is used to degrade them for that behavior. So for that reason, I feel like we should just drop it because okay, unless if we put it both ways, like if we adopt it for both sexes, not just for one side. So if people are willing to adopt it like that, it's fine. But if it's used to demean one sex over the other, we should just drop it.
Oh, all right. So cool. So basically, you think that it should be dropped because it's just directed at one sex. Okay, cool. So let's say we used whore, right, for both sexes now. What then defines a whore?
Okay.
Ask me.
For
Let us
me,
go first.
okay, who's talking? Okay. No, you can talk.
Okay. What defines it? So like, with what like I know. Um. Okay, let's put it the female side, basically. So, because honestly, I think I've used the word definitely on a female because like for let's say if a female has multiple guys that she's having entanglements with.
Wait, sorry,
um,
but why do you have to specify female? What about guys also? Because guys have multiple entanglements.
no, I don't think so.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Wait, are you saying you don't think guys have multiple entanglements, or you don't think what?
Like I don't believe that guys have the amount of. Okay, so I think look at it this way, right? Let's take we say that okay, this female is not in a relationship. They're not in a relationship, and then they're just having uh, a relationship with this guy, and then they bounce to this guy, and then they bounce to another guy, but they're not in a relationship. They're just bouncing from guy to guy. You know what I mean? But then they say that now they don't want to be attached to them, but they're just bouncing. But guys, you find most guys, they actually get into a relationship, but
Wait, sorry.
they
Actually,
also have
can I
another
just
one.
interrupt
But
you
like
here?
it's just less.
You're being biased because you're a guy. Because for me personally, I have met a lot of guys who clearly say from the get-go that I don't want a relationship, I'm not looking for a relationship, and they're just changing girls the same way that you're explaining that this girl is changing guys. I've seen it happen in guys as well. Actually, I've seen it happen more times with my guy friends than with my girlfriends.
All right, but like, isn't that dating though? Because like, isn't the concept of dating getting to know someone? And yeah, basically, I feel like a lot of people are using whore wrongly because, okay, not wrongly because I don't believe the term should be used, right? But when they do apply it, right, they're using it wrongly because dating is getting to know people. Do you get what I mean? So like a lot of people are defining a whore due to their body count, and should it be like that? This is an open question.
Wait, sorry. So body count is included as getting to know someone.
Ooh, okay. Dude, I don't.
No, because you mentioned that you said because people like will be getting to know each other and then they have a high body count. So does that mean that is a part of getting to know each other without being in a relationship? Like we're just getting to know each other.
Could be. I mean, yeah. I mean, it could be. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So then what will move? Okay, it's fine. It's okay.
Okay, cool. So I'm bringing back the question to you then, Nyasha. What defines a whore then? If it's not body count, then what defines a whore?
It's actually the body count. Like according to what people would say, it's actually the body count that defines a whole. But then for me personally, I would feel like it's the behavior that comes with that body count, because you could have one person, one body, but your behavior, you have whole behavior, the things you do, the places you go, the things you wear, the way you put yourself out there. Then there's someone who can have 10 bodies, but they just happen to be in the process of getting to know a lot of people, but they're not a whole. They're just knowing people. As you clearly said, they're just in that phase of knowing someone.
No, I'm just saying, like, okay, that was just like a perspective from like from where I'm viewing things, like how things are. It's like out there, people are defining whore due to body count. Do you get what I mean? So like for me personally, I don't care what a girl wears, dude. Just because a girl is wearing like a butt riders or a short skirt, it doesn't mean that they're whore. Do you get what I mean? And then you have those girls that are in the clubs, those girls that are wearing
Wait, so for you, you're saying you would define a whore as someone with a high body count?
Yes, that's
definitely.
how I would define it if the term should be used at all.
But how do you? Okay, wait. I feel like people call someone a whore before they get to know about their body count. That's why I said it's the way you put yourself out there. Because I'm not going to walk around telling you my body count, but the way that I will be dressing, the way I will be acting, you're going to point out to your friend that that girl's a whore. Not because you know my body count, but because of how I'm acting.
Okay, Meg, what do you think about that?
Yeah, so like let's take this as an example, right? Like, okay, we're both from a country where like the country is small, so we know all the schools, like, we know each other in the schools. And like, how many times have you heard that a girl has been with this guy from this school, with this guy at the same time? You know that? And like, what did we call that person? We called them what? A hoe. Because they had, not even if they weren't even dressing or like the way they acted or something like that. The number of guys they were in entanglements with, there were a lot, and from different schools even. And that was like a word that we all used. So I think it is the body count, not the way, because you can have one girl that can be dressing in a short dress. That's not like what the whole dresses. Everyone dresses that way.
Yeah.
Or most females. That's like fashion these days. You know what I mean? So we can't use dressing as like, nah, this person is dressed like a hoe. No, we can't use that. We have to use body count.
Yeah, I agree with that. Nyasha, what do you think? Oh, okay. So I think we have lost Nyasha there. Her network is in an entanglement. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, man. That's basically that's how I view it, dog. Because I personally think the term itself shouldn't be used at all, man. Because if if we use the term, then we're just degrading women, dog. Do you get what I mean? So what can you say to the guys, man? Like, would you advise them to just shy away from the term completely?
Honestly, like it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling to females
Yeah.
if they get the title like honestly at a young age, like we heard it, we saw it even growing up in high schools. We'll see like a grade that's higher than us, like maybe like grade 12 or like upper six, you know, they would be like labeling females as that, because we learned a lot in high school. I don't lie.
Yeah.
We learned a lot, and that was one of the things that we learned, that if 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 a female has multiple, that's like part of society, like that's how it was. So we learned that from a young age, and like we weren't mature then, like, and so we just like, no, this female has uh multiple guys. She's dating a lot of guys at the same time, even from different schools. Then we'll just call what this chick is a hoe. And now, like growing up, and then like we didn't realize, okay, sometimes we might kind of do the same thing, and it's just not nice, because at the end of the day, like we're just giving it a bad title. So like growing up, you realize that they don't deserve that kind of title.
Yeah, I definitely. So yeah, Nyasha, welcome back. We made it.
Wait, do you know the weird thing? Like, I could hear you guys throughout the whole thing, but like I realized you guys couldn't hear me.
All right. Yeah. So what were you saying when we couldn't hear you?
Oh, what was I saying? What was I saying? Okay, I was asking, like, so you guys have never been in a situation whereby you call someone you don't know a hoe, because you guys are saying you call someone a hoe because you know some information about them, but I've witnessed situations whereby people don't even know each other and they still go ahead and call that person a hoe.
Okay, no, personally, I haven't done that. The only time I've called someone wrongly, might I add, right, is when I've heard about their body count. Do you get what I mean? So, like, it's one of those things where it's, yo, look at that beautiful girl. And then my homie's like, oh no, but did you hear that she's been with this? So, you see, after I know her body count, my perspective of her, right, if it exceeds the body count, right, then I'm there like, oh, okay, cool. That's a hoe. I don't know about Mac.
Definitely the body count, bro. I'll still like stick with that. Like the body count just goes with all, and like also, I think hoe also comes from like the word also like prostitution in a way. Let's take for example, they are on the street after time, and then like they're having multiple guys, even though like it's part of the job, like, but that's what they're doing. But I think that's where it came from. You know, that's where that term came from, and then people just used it on like general society, was saying that this chick has like many guys, with the body count is a lot, we just got in her home. So that's where it came from. That's what I believe.
Definitely. And you know what? If you actually do look at the definition itself of whore, right? It means prostitution, and it's just, us kids using the word wrongly. But like I say, guys, I feel like the term, just like the N word, the N word, black people shouldn't use the N word. I just feel like them using it or us using the word whore is just, it's defeating the purpose. Do you get what I mean? Because like you don't want a title on you, but you're still using the word. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, guys, do you guys have any last words? We're just about to wrap it up. So yeah, Nyasha, we can start with you.
Okay, like for me, I'm just agreeing we shouldn't use it. But at the same time, I feel like we've taken back the word. Like these days, it's so common to hear someone calling themselves a whore, just the way with that N word. It's so common to hear black people referring to themselves as that. So I feel like we've taken back that word and the power that it had. So it's kind of like lost that power that it had back then. But still, it's still not a nice thing to be going around saying.
All right. And you, Mac?
Man, honestly, like, I think these days, like, everyone now uses the word on everyone. I believe I've heard a guy being called a hoe before. You know what I mean? Because again, from the body count. So I think in general, like, it just shouldn't be used. People should just have fun at the end of the day, and yeah, that shouldn't be used.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, that wraps it up for this episode. I mean, we can talk about this for for hours and get a little bit heated up. So yeah, I'm just gonna stop it there. So viewers and listeners, thank you for joining us today, and thank you to my wonderful guests, Mac and Nyasha. Really, it was an honor to have you guys on. Remember, you guys can follow the chat room on Instagram and on Twitter, and yeah, we're gonna make it shake. Goodbye for now.